You think you've escaped. You've blocked their number, deleted the photos, told yourself it was all just an illusion. Too intense, too messy, too inconvenient. You've convinced your mind that walking away was the sane choice. But here's the cosmic joke. Your soul didn't get the memo. Rejecting your twin flame isn't like ending a regular relationship. It's not a clean break, not a wish you well and move on. No, this is more like trying to amputate your own shadow. You can sprint into a new city, a new relationship, a whole new identity. But that bond, it hums in the background like a song you can't unhear. Ever had a dream where you're falling and you jerk awake just before impact? That's the runner's life. You're in free fall, but the ground never comes. You date someone new, and for a moment it's fine, until you catch yourself searching for their essence in a stranger's laugh. You pour yourself into work, into distractions, into spiritual bypassing. I'm focusing on myself, but the silence between your thoughts still whispers their name. Why? Because a twin flame isn't just another person. They're the living mirror of everything you've buried. Your fears, your unmet longings, the parts of you that still believe love has to hurt. And when you reject them, you're not rejecting them. You're rejecting the reflection. Let's talk about the physical rebellion. Ever felt a sudden ache in your chest for no reason? A heaviness that wasn't there before? That's your heart chakra throwing a tantrum. Runners often report phantom pains, insomnia, or even moments of breathlessness, like the universe itself is pressing down on them, saying, "Nice try, but you can't outrun destiny." Science calls it stress. Mystics call it separation sickness. You'll probably call it, "Why the hell can't I just move on?" Here's the twist. The more you resist, the louder the call becomes. You'll start seeing their birthday everywhere. A song they loved will play in a random coffee shop. You'll meet a stranger who says something they would say, and your stomach will drop like you've been caught in some celestial game of hide and seek. And the dreams? Oh, the dreams. Vivid, visceral, like your subconscious is staging a one-person Broadway show titled, "You Miss Them, You Fool." You'll wake up disoriented, heart racing, half convinced they were just in the room, though energetically they kinda were. You can rationalize it all you want. It wasn't real. It was just trauma bonding. They were toxic, but deep down in that quiet place before sleep, this wasn't just another breakup. This was a soul event. And the aftermath? It's not grief. It's recognition. Because here's the secret. You don't get over a twin flame. You either face them or spend your life running from yourself. But this isn't a tragedy. It's an initiation. That relentless pull. It's not punishment. It's preparation. Every sleepless night, every synchronicity, every moment of aching absence is sanding down your edges, teaching you to stop hiding from love. So if you're the runner reading this, exhausted from pretending you don't care, here's your permission slip. It's okay to admit it hurt. It's okay to still feel them. It's okay if no other love has ever shaken you like that. Because one day, when you're done fighting, you'll realize the only thing you were ever running from was the love you deserved all along. And that's when the real journey begins. So you thought rejecting your twin flame meant peace? Cute. The universe heard your declaration of independence and responded with the spiritual equivalent of a personal trainer screaming, "Drop and give me 20 soul ledges." Here's the uncomfortable truth. Rejection doesn't pause your growth, it turbocharges it. You wanted space. Great. The cosmos interprets that as, they've volunteered for accelerated karmic coursework. Suddenly, every unresolved issue you've ever had comes knocking like an overeager door-to-door salesman. Childhood wounds? Here. Fear of abandonment? Present. That weird habit of self-sabotaging right when things get good? Front and center, baby. Picture this. You're living your post-rejection life, proud of your "I don't need anyone" facade, when, bam, your new relationship implodes over something trivial. Your job starts feeling hollow. Friends drift away. You wake up one morning with the eerie sense that life has become a poorly written sitcom where you're the punchline. What's happening? You're being cornered by your own evolution. Twin flame runners often experience a domino effect of failures, but they're not failures at all. They're divine interventions dismantling every counterfeit version of happiness you've settled for. That promotion that fell through, the fling that left you emptier than before. The universe isn't punishing you, it's reclaiming you. Like a gardener pruning dead branches so the rose can bloom where it's meant to. Ever notice how, after running, you suddenly attract carbon copies of your twin's worst traits? That's not irony, that's curriculum. The universe keeps handing you the same lesson in different wrapping paper until you finally rip it open and go, "Oh, this is about me." Maybe you hated their emotional intensity. Now you're drowning in friends who overshare. Maybe you judged their indecision. Suddenly, you're paralyzed, choosing between oat milk and almond milk, like it's a moral dilemma. Coincidence? Please. This is spiritual school, and life is giving you pop quizzes until you pass. Here's the wild part. The pain of separation is the exact medicine you need. That gaping hole where their presence used to be. It's not meant to be filled by another person, a promotion, or a Pinterest-perfect life. It's a sacred void designed to reorder your priorities. Like a cosmic game of Jenga, every piece of your ego that's not serving you gets pulled out until what remains is unshakable. And when you finally stop resenting the process, that's when the magic happens. You wake up one day and realize the anxiety has dulled. The obsessive thoughts have quieted. You catch yourself humming in the shower. You start noticing sunsets again. This is the upgrade. Not just moving on, but becoming someone who no longer needs to run. You're not lost. You're in labor. And what's being born is the version of you who's ready, not just for them, but for the love you've both been chasing in all the wrong places. Now, the real question is, will you keep fighting the contractions or finally breathe through them? You can block their number. You can burn the letters. You can tell yourself, loudly, repeatedly, that you're over it. But your body? Oh, your body keeps score like an overzealous accountant with a vendetta. Here's the thing about twin flame separation. Your mind might be convinced you've moved on, but your cells? They're still humming their name like a forgotten lullaby. Science calls it psychosomatic response. Mystics call it cord connection. You'll probably call it, why the hell does my left shoulder hurt every time I think about them? It's not an illusion. it's not all in your head. Well, technically it is, but also in your nervous system, your heart, your gut. That phantom warmth when you imagine their touch, the heaviness in your limbs on days they cross your mind. That's your body's way of saying, nice try, but we're not done here. Let's talk about the heartache that isn't metaphorical. Runners often report a literal pressure in the chest, like an invisible hand squeezing, sudden fatigue, not the I stayed up too late kind, but the my soul weighs 1,000 pounds kind. Unexplained bouts of nausea, as if your stomach is rejecting the lie that your fine Eastern medicine would say your energy meridians are clogged with unshed tears. A neuroscientist would point to stress hormones. Both are right. Because rejecting a twin flame isn't just emotional, it's a full system revolt. Your body knows this connection was coded into your DNA before you even met. And now it's throwing a tantrum because you're ignoring the blueprint. Ah, the dreams. Vivid, visceral, more real than your waking life. You'll see them in fragments. Their laugh, their hands, the way sunlight hit their hair that one afternoon you've tried so hard to forget. You'll wake up gasping, reaching for someone who isn't there. Your skin electric with the ghost of their touch. It's just a dream, you'll mutter. But is it? Or is it your subconscious, tired of your denial, dragging you into the astral realm for a late-night intervention? You've tried the distractions, the new hobbies, the dating apps, the I'll just focus on my career pivot, but the symptoms persist. Know why? Because this isn't an illness to be cured. It's a conversation you've been refusing to have. Your body isn't betraying you, it's translating for you. That ache in your chest? You miss them. The insomnia? You're afraid to face what the silence might say. The sudden chills when you pass their favorite cafe? Your soul still recognizes their frequency. Here's a secret no one tells runners. This pain isn't punishment, it's alchemy. Every palpitation is sanding down your resistance. Every sleepless night is burning away the lies you've told yourself. The body keeps the score until you're ready to settle the debt. Not with them, but with yourself. So the next time your hands shake for no reason, or your breath catches when their memory flickers by, don't curse it. Listen. Your flesh is wiser than your fear, and it's whispering. You can run all you want, but you can't outrun what you're made of. Now, will you finally let your body lead you home? Ever notice how, after you've let go, their name starts popping up everywhere? A coworker mentions it casually. You see it on a street sign. A movie character has their mannerisms. At first, it's eerie. Then it's annoying. Then it's downright comical, like the universe is winking at you saying, "Oh, you thought you were done? Cute." This isn't some cruel joke. It's a homing signal. Twin flames share an energetic signature, and when one tries to sever the connection, the universe amplifies the reminders, not to torture you, but to reorient you. Because here's the thing about divine timing. It doesn't care about your plans. It cares about your alignment. You'll bump into their best friend at the airport. You'll overhear a conversation that echoes your last fight. You'll log into an old email account, and, of course, there's an unread message from them from 3 years ago. Why now? You'll scream into your pillow, because now is when you're finally ready to see the truth. This connection isn't governed by time or distance. It's written into the fabric of your being. And the more you resist, the louder the universe turns up the volume, until you have no choice but to listen. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop running is the moment the chase ends. Not because you've won, but because you've finally understood. The synchronicities, the dreams, the magnetic pull, they weren't punishments. They were invitations. Invitations to stop fighting, to stop pretending, to finally admit this isn't just a relationship, it's a reckoning. And when you do, that's when the magic happens. The obsessive thoughts quiet, the signs slow down, not because the connection is fading, but because you've integrated it. You no longer need the universe to scream at you. You're finally listening. So yes, the universe will keep nudging you. Yes, it'll feel like you're being haunted by a love that won't quit. But here's the secret. This isn't a test of your willpower. It's a test of your willingness. Will you keep pretending you don't feel the pull, or will you finally admit that some forces are stronger than fear? The choice is yours. But remember, the universe doesn't send reminders forever. One day, it'll stop knocking. And that's when you'll realize you were never running from them. You were running from the part of you that knew this was home all along. So tell me, brave soul, how much longer will you keep pretending you don't hear the call? You thought running would set you free. Instead, it set you on fire. And here's the beautiful, brutal truth. That fire isn't destroying you, it's forging you. You've mastered the art of distraction. New lovers, new cities, new versions of yourself, plastered like wallpaper over the cracks. You tell yourself you're over it, but your soul rolls its eyes and mutters, "Nice try, kiddo." Because here's what nobody warns you about rejection. The moment you push them away, every unhealed part of you rises to the surface like cream turned sour. That childhood abandonment wound you've ignored for decades. Hello, old friend. That deep-seated fear of not being enough. Front and center, the way you've always settled for breadcrumbs in relationships. The universe just set the whole bakery on fire. At first, the solitude feels like punishment. You wake up at 2 a.m. with your arms wrapped around yourself, aching for a presence you swore you didn't need. But then, slowly, painfully, something shifts. You start noticing the way sunlight paints your walls gold in the morning. You rediscover the music that used to make your soul sway. You catch your reflection one day and think, oh, there you are. This isn't just moving on. This is metamorphosis, the kind that happens when a caterpillar dissolves itself in the dark, only to realize it was never meant to crawl forever. The grand irony? In trying to escape them, you've been running straight into yourself. All those traits you couldn't stand in your twin, mirrors the intensity that scared you. Your own depth reflected back. The love you insisted was too much. Turns out it was the exact measure of your capacity. The universe has a wicked sense of humor. It used your resistance as the very tool to break you open. One day, you'll wake up different. The memories won't sting as much. Their name won't hitch in your throat. You'll realize the love didn't disappear. It expanded. Because here's the sacred secret runners discover too late. Rejection was never about losing them. It was about finding you, the you that existed before the world told you to shrink, the you that doesn't need anyone to complete you, but chooses love anyway. So tell me, Phoenix, when the ashes settle and the smoke clears, when you finally stop running from the reflection, when you stand there, raw and real and radiantly whole, who will you choose to become? She's already there, waiting for you to stop long enough to recognize her. Now, breathe. The worst is over. The best is just beginning. You stand now at the precipice of a truth so vast it takes your breath away, that every step you took to escape was actually the path that led you here, to this moment, to this version of yourself. The running, the resistance, the nights you swore you'd never look back. They weren't mistakes. They were sacred detours, the kind that don't lead you astray, but deeper in. Because here's the cosmic punchline no one tells you about twin flames. Rejection was never the end of your story. It was the prologue to a love far greater than you imagined, the one you had to find within yourself first. All those months or years you spent trying to outrun the connection, life wasn't punishing you. It was rearranging you, like a master sculptor chipping away at marble to reveal the form hidden within. Every heartache, every synchronicity, every sleepless night was removing what no longer served you. The people-pleasing, the settling, the quiet betrayal of your own needs. You thought you were losing them. In truth, you were finding your way back to you. And now you get to decide what comes next. Not from a place of lack, not from fear, but from a wholeness so solid it makes the ground beneath your feet feel like sacred earth. Because here's the secret they don't put in spiritual memes. True union isn't about two halves becoming one. It's about two complete souls choosing each other, not out of need, but out of wild, unwavering recognition. So whether your twin flame returns or not, no longer hinges on desperation. It rests on something far more powerful: your readiness, your ability to love without losing yourself, to merge without disappearing, to stand in the fire of connection and know, really know, you won't burn. So this isn't an ending, it's a threshold. 1 foot in the past, where the lessons live, 1 foot in the future, where possibility hums. And you're the bridge between the two. So take a breath, dear one. The running is over. The real work, the joyous work, is just beginning. Will it be easy? Number. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. Because the greatest love story was never about them. It was always about you. Now, turn the page. Your next chapter is waiting.